And it's going to be back-to-back wins then for Manthey Racing in VLN1, with it's very different drivers taking victory 12 months ago, but the same team. And the 911 car crosses the line with victory for Kevin Estra, who's at the wheel at the moment, Earl Bamber, a happy spectator, and Lawrence Vantor, who did his fair share of driving throughout that 28-lap race. VLN1 is done and dusted as far as the race leader is and race winner now is concerned. But who is going to finish, well, more interestingly, third, because it looks like it's all sewn up for second place.
Yeah,
the Falcon Tyres Porsche.
Should be the Falcon Tyres Porsche then of Klaus Bachler and Sven Muller, who did a good job actually. They kept it very quiet, kept it out of trouble. Were never spectacular, but got the job done to bring their Porsche home second.
Here comes the Falcon liveried car then, with the turquoise on the front and the royal blue on the rear. Falcon Tyres underneath, of course, and Klaus Bachler and Nico Muller get second position, just behind the BWT Audi, confusingly. We're waiting now for...
Where's the Land car?
Where is the Land car? Well, we haven't yet seen either of those two Audis, have we?
Yeah, no, that's the WRT Audi, which is going to come through. Oh no, it's already been through. In fact, the camera didn't pick him up. The Land Audi has already gone through, and...
So having said that the 4 car was guaranteed to finish in second, in fact it didn't. It finished third, and that was the 24 car. It was the 24 ahead of it on the road. The first confusing factor for me there was the BWT Audi, and I was figuring that must be the 25, but it wasn't. It was the 24 after a splendid driving from, who do we think? Nico Muller, Markus Winkelhock, could be either of those two, but managed to, the 29 did cross the line, by the way. But the 24 had passed the 29 on the previous lap and managed to get through and in front of the number 4 Porsche on that final tour.
Indeed, yes. So it was an Audi then in second place. For some reason, the Falcon Tyres Porsche, a 9 minutes and 7 seconds final lap. So it lost 20 seconds on that final lap. Whether that was running out of fuel, possibly, don't know. But he lost 20 seconds on that final lap then for the Falcon Tyres Porsche, whether it was Muller or Bachler, to still take third place, some 4 seconds ahead of the Land Motorsport Audi, and then the Mercedes from HTP finishing in 5th place.
So, bit of a shock and a sting in the tail for the number 4 car. We've also had an incident on the start line with a BMW off to driver's left with damage, headlight missing and possibly more significant damage. Is that Michael Schrei?
That's Michael Schrei pushing his car, which is banned in most MSA books. But that's Michael Schrei pushing his car. Now, the start-finish line is a lot further... Sorry, the finish line is a lot further along than it used to be. So it's a lot more of a push for Michael Schrei. But yeah, whether this is going to be allowed or not will have to remain to be seen. But high drama at the end then for the reigning champion with his BMW, and probably, Johnny, no longer the leader of the Cup 5 class while all this has been going on.
Well, that is something next on my list to try and work out. Cup 5, unfortunately, on that screen is rather delayed, so I need to revert to a more up-to-date screen. And Cup 5 has already been won by the 650 car, I make it. 650 should be home and hosed, and therefore the Griesner and Fürbrich car takes Cup 5 honours from the 666 Müller, Otter and Poiker car.
And in third place, that's also gone through. So yeah, third place has also already happened in Cup 5.
And the number 1 car has now finally crossed the line, with Michael Schrei collapsing as a result of having to push the car over the line. You can understand his hunger to get it finished. He's been working for the last 4 and a bit hours to get the number 1 car over the line. Thought he was going to win it by a country mile, and the car's conked out on him.
But this is part of the reason why pushing a car is a bad idea. And somebody should have told him, look, you're not supposed to do that. It's against the rules. Stop it and leave it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good drama, but
of course. But also, you think about closing speeds,
exactly.
you know, with cars across. And a few years back for the Nürburgring 24 hours, we had that famous incident with a Porsche in the back of a Clio, or the other way around,
yes,
where the car stopped on the main lot.
The Clio in our garden.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, no soapboxes in Tim's place, but yeah.
I mean, thankfully, an intervention vehicle arrived on the scene quite quickly to protect that BMW. We've still got battling, by the way, to the finish. But this Mercedes, now, is that the 13 Mercedes, trying to get by one of the Fricadelli cars?
Yeah, that's the Assenheimer Mercedes, which is at the moment separating the two Fricadelli cars.
Yes, and so much grass and curb taken by the Fricadelli car that time around. No overtaking now, of course, because they're having to pass the stricken Michael Schray car. We're still trying to work out what's happened to a heavily damaged Cup 5 BMW, which it looks like it's ended up in the barrier on the start line and has damage, I think, to the front, certainly the front left, and possibly to the rear as well. And I don't think Michael Schray was involved in that at all. It's been a separate incident which has resulted in Schrey's car losing power and being reliant purely on Schrey hauling it over the line himself. Heroic stuff, but also your mind's maybe not working rationally towards the end of a 4-hour race that you think you're going to win, and in the end is taken away from you. Where did the #1 car finish in the end within class? Make it 4th place.
Yes, I think it was 4th in the end, but
yes.